In this video, I'm going to walk you through the unit Create and Customize Lightning Apps. This is the second unit in the Lightning Experience Customization module. Before we get into this, I just want to explain, if you're seeing the word Lightning and you're like, why are there two different user interfaces? Salesforce got started in 1999, and back then, some of the technology that we have today to make really cool user interfaces, HTML5 and such, didn't exist. So as Salesforce evolved and its technology evolved, they created this new user interface called Lightning. And that's the one that if you're using a Trailhead Playground today, that's what you're used to seeing. Lots of customers, though, built out specific customizations in the what is now called Classic user interface, and they still use that. So Salesforce has to support two user interfaces, both Classic and Lightning. Most anything that you do nowadays should be done in Lightning because that's the new user interface. However, keep in mind that some customers still might be using Classic. Now, this is different than like a consumer app where, if you remember when the original Gmail, switched to their new user interface, they did that for everybody. You didn't have a choice to stay on the old interface. Salesforce has customers that didn't want to make that transition or didn't want to be told they had to make that transition right then. So that's why they're supporting two user interfaces. Okay, create a Lightning app. I'm not going to actually walk you through this because it's really quite straightforward. I will just show you this is what the end product looks like. You're going to have your energy consultants, and you're going to have your objects that you associate with it. If you think about it, an app is just a collection of objects in one place that lets you do a specified action. So it's really quite helpful there. To get to the app builder, you go over to Quick Find, click App, select App Manager, click New Lightning App. You're going to enter in your information here. I'm not just going to run through this. And I just want to show that this part confused me a little bit. When it says App Options, this is the page called App Options. You leave that as is. Utility Items, again over here, we're not going to add any. You leave this as is. The rest of this, you fill out the information as detailed in here. This last point about ask users to post feedback to chatter groups about your apps, I want to just talk a little bit about this. Anytime you add additional complexity, you add additional functionality, which is good, but that also makes it harder to use. The way to balance that is to know exactly what each of your users need and just give them only the features that they need access to. So that way, from their perspective, their user interface is as simple as possible. And if you do that, then your users will enjoy and be happy using Salesforce. If they'll be happy using Salesforce, then they'll be happy with the job that you're doing and helping the company. The company will help meet their goals, and that's obviously good for you too. So really understanding that as you create these different apps, that if the more they're configured to your different profiles and different users, the better they're going to be, the easier they're going to be to use, and just something really important to keep in mind. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.